Hey, Don, I know you've been talking about the turnovers throughout the season. As we go into February, when you saw the 21 on the stat sheet for the last game, just what goes through your mind as we get closer and closer to the postseason?
Um, I mean, just trying to fix it, just trying to make adjustments. And it isn't, it is an individual thing when they're coming as often as they were in Florida. We had to do less dribbling and more passing, and everybody wanted to take their turn to see if it was just everybody else besides everybody's inability to handle the basketball. So, I mean, we built ourselves a lead with less dribbles um, and you know, I mean, hard lessons. I mean, it's hard to watch, especially when it's just routine stuff. It's bobbling the ball, dribbling with your left hand down the floor, bobbling the ball with your right hand. I mean, it's all the routine things that you do in basketball. So it's hard to fix. It's going to have to be on the players, or we're going to have to walk the ball up the floor.
Joe, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, this month is a super important one, being Black History Month. I wanted to know what this month means to you and what you're doing with your team to kind of celebrate and what you're preaching to your team.
Yeah, every month to me is Black History Month. I'm not one that just overly celebrate it because, it's 1 month. I like to do it on a daily basis. We don't do anything that we don't normally do. Obviously, you see social media posts, and I think some of our individual players are doing things. Me personally, and I may get hit with a number of things, but I like to celebrate every day. I like to shine a light on, especially Black people who aren't. They don't have a voice. They are ones that make less on a dollar than anybody else in society. And that's how I choose to do it. I just try to be on the ground every day, just bringing awareness to, all the inequities in the color of your skin, because there's a lot of them.
Matt, go ahead.
As you get ready for Alabama tomorrow, just wondering if you could give us your quick scouting report and what challenges they present tomorrow.
Alabama plays small ball. So they basically play with 4 guards. They get up and down the floor. They take quick shots. They are pretty efficient shooting the 3. They shoot a lot of them. They make 8 a game. They shoot 23, which is respectable. But if they get hot, they can make more. They're downhill drivers. They're going to put us back on our heels and force us to guard them and keep them in front of us. And then for us, it's a challenge. Victoria Sachs is going to have, it's probably one of the most lopsided matchups for her, because, you can play a guard that's about 6 feet, 5'11", but when they're 5'9" and they're quick, it's a challenge. But it's one that, if there was any post player out there, I put my money on Victoria being able to at least keep him in front. If not, she'll call the switch quickly, and she will, X out and get whoever switched onto her player's offensive player.
Matt, did you have another one?
Yes, I did. I just want to make sure. Waiting on Diane to give me the cue. Don, I know so many of us too are just we're so impacted by the death of Chelsea Crist, and I was just wondering your thoughts on her life, and I also was wondering if you guys will do anything to honor her, as I know you've done things like that in the past.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. A young soul, a great inspiration, and I think it just brings to light, you don't know what people are going through, like on any given day. People, I got a text, I think, from Bakari Sellers, sharing the information with me, and just saying he just talked to her a few days ago, and he could hear nothing in her voice. She was as bubbly and as energetic as she normally is. And, if, between that conversation and a few days after, she's no longer here, it's troubling. It's troubling. So I think we just have to be mindful of who we encounter and just make sure that you keep in mind, you never know what people are going through, and try to lift their spirits. But her family they're in our prayers. We haven't, but it might be a good opportunity for us to shed light on it and maybe have a moment of silence. So I'll talk to our people here to make sure that we shed some light on just mental health and the ability to maybe get in front of someone losing their life, and family members have to endure that heartache and that void.